Ever wondered why your feet itch and burn after a long day of training or after a match? This could be due to a common issue among athletes known as athlete's foot. Understanding and caring for your feet is crucial. It's high time we shed some light on this common yet often overlooked condition. Athlete's foot, despite its name, isn't exclusive to athletes. It's a common misconception that only those who engage in sports can contract this condition. But let's bust that myth right here and now. Athlete's foot, scientifically known as tinea pedis, is a fungal infection that can affect anyone, regardless of their athletic prowess or lack thereof. It's caused by a group of fungi called dermatophytes that love to thrive in warm, moist environments. Imagine the environment created by sweaty feet tucked inside tight athletic shoes for hours. Sounds like a perfect vacation spot for these fungi, doesn't it? But it doesn't stop there. These fungi not only enjoy their stay, but also multiply rapidly, leading to an infection. If you're picturing a microscopic fungal rave going on in your shoes right now, you're not far off. So how do you know if you've been unwittingly hosting this unwelcome fungal party? Well, let's talk about some symptoms that might be your red flags. First and foremost, itching. It's often the initial symptom that something's off. You might find yourself scratching more than usual, especially after removing your shoes and socks. If you notice an insistent itch, particularly between your toes, it's time to pay attention. Burning sensations often tag along with the itching. It's kind of like a fire party that nobody invited you to. This discomfort can be mild or quite intense, making it hard to focus on anything else. Next, let's talk about your skin. If it's acting more like a snake, shedding and peeling off, especially in the areas around and between your toes, it's another telltale sign of athlete's foot. This peeling can sometimes be accompanied by dryness and scaling, adding to the overall discomfort. And then there are blisters. Not the kind you get from a new pair of shoes, but ones that seem to pop up without any clear cause. These blisters can be filled with fluid, and if they break, may lead to raw, painful areas on your feet. Last but not least, the areas most commonly affected are the spaces between your toes. But remember, this sneaky fungus can also spread to other parts of your foot and even to your hands and groin if you're not careful. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, you might just be dealing with athlete's foot. Let's dig into the root cause of athlete's foot. The culprit is a troublesome fungus known as tinea, which thrives in warm, moist places like locker rooms, showers, and swimming pools. As we transition into these public spaces, stepping barefoot becomes a risky move, increasing the chances of encountering this unwelcome visitor. But remember, tinea isn't limited to public territories. Seamlessly moving into the comfort of your home, it could be lurking within the shoes in your closet. Borrowing shoes from an infected person or slipping into your own pair that hasn't had time to dry out properly paves the way for the fungus. Transitioning into the role of athletes, your regular activities could be increasing the threat. As we work out, our feet sweat. If not dried adequately, particularly between the toes, it becomes a perfect sanctuary for tinea. Likewise, wearing confining, non-ventilated shoes or socks can trap moisture against your skin, fostering an inviting habitat for the fungus. Understanding the causes is a vital part in the life of athletes. It's not merely about identifying the adversary, but also discerning the circumstances that let it prosper. Being aware of these triggers is our first step towards prevention, ensuring a smooth transition towards a fungus-free lifestyle. The good news is, athlete's foot isn't a life sentence. There are ways to treat and prevent it. So let's dive into the world of antifungal remedies and prevention strategies. First up, treatment. If you're dealing with the pesky fungus, fear not. There are numerous over-the-counter products available to help you fight back. Antifungal creams, for instance, are a popular choice. They're easy to apply and can effectively eliminate the fungus when used consistently and correctly. But sometimes the fungus can be stubborn. In such cases, antifungal sprays can come to the rescue. They're especially useful for treating areas that are hard to reach with creams. Just like the creams, consistency is key. Now, if your athlete's foot proves to be a tough cookie and doesn't respond to topical treatments, don't lose heart. Oral medications can step in to help. These are usually prescription drugs, so you'll need to see a healthcare professional for this option. All right, we've covered treatment, but as they say, prevention is better than cure. So, how can you prevent athlete's foot? First and foremost, keep those feet clean. Regular washing and drying are essential. And don't forget to clean between your toes. That's a favorite hangout for fungi. Next, consider using anti-fungal powders. These can be sprinkled in your shoes or directly onto your feet to help keep the fungus at bay. And speaking of shoes, let's talk footwear. Your feet need to breathe, so opt for shoes made of natural materials like leather or canvas. And if you're an athlete, make sure to alternate between different pairs of athletic shoes to give them a chance to dry out. Also, avoid walking barefoot in public areas like locker rooms or showers. These places are notorious breeding grounds for the athlete's foot fungus. And there you have it, folks. The battle against athlete's foot is one you can win, armed with the right treatments and prevention strategies. Remember, the best defense against athlete's foot is a good offense: prevention. Wrapping up our conversation about athlete's foot, bear in mind that it's an ordinary issue that can impact anyone. It doesn't signify poor cleanliness or reflect your sports capabilities. It's merely an irritating fungus that thrives in warm and moist surroundings. So maintain cleanliness and dryness of your feet, put on breathable footwear, and avoid going barefoot in shared areas. If you observe any symptoms, don't wait to seek treatment. Your feet support you throughout your athletic journey, so bestow them with the proper care they need. And that's your athlete edge. See you next time.